If you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling low, this show as well vibes you up and puts you to that mood that you wish to be. Just like I told you earlier on, I'll be joined with a guest who's going to be discussing with me. Very sensitive topic today. And before even I introduce my guest, we all understand every youth, every person who is at school in any level right now, primary, high school, and campus, their dream is actually doing something at the end of the day. And that something is something that is going to make for them money or generate for them money. And in most cases, every person is a dreamer. I want to be this. I want to be this. When I grow up, I want to do this. Or I want to be like so and so. And in most cases, there are very many youths today who look up to jobs whereby you sit back in an office in front of a computer and just maybe work. In that, when you look at the era today, things have really changed by far. In that some of this work actually requires you putting your hands, your skills in. So today I have a gentleman who is going to break down for us about job creation among youths instead of job seeking. And with me, I have a gentleman who is gonna introduce himself. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy end month. Because actually we are in the indices of the month.
Yeah. Happy end month.
How was the year been, by the way? January, February, this is May, which is done.
Generally, I can't say that the year has been all that good or bad. Okay. But everything is fairly moving on well.
Okay. Yes. So actually for the beginners, people that are watching for the first time or that are seeing you on screen for the first time, an introduction probably.
Yeah. My name's Emmanuel Oumo. And I work with Sun Security and Jerusalem Recruitment Agency. Okay. At the same time, at Eragi Super Coatings, that's a paint company.
Okay.
Yes.
Like 3 companies in one.
Exactly.
Okay, so having you today here, it's my privilege, and also I am very sure for the person who is watching out there, they're going to pick sense at the end of the day, or maybe twist their mindset depending on the topic actually that we are picking today, and that is about job creation among youths today. And probably for the person who might not be understanding about this very well, he might be thinking job creation, how am I going to create a job, which kind of a job? May you break down for the beginner out there about job creation? What do we understand by the term itself, job creation?
Job creation. Generally, for our viewers and people watching us live, job creation is just a simple term. As you hear, creating a job for yourself. Okay. So generally about job creation is just simple creativity that you can have as your person to make you survive.
Okay. Okay, like it's just about creating a job that is going to make you survive. So today, youths, actually, when I was as well growing up, when I was young a little bit, I used to be like, okay, maybe I'm going to be in that office job one day. Okay, God has blessed some of us. Maybe we are in those jobs that we wanted. But now there are people that have really worked on street, day and night. The soul is done. They are really toiling and making sure they get something. Actually, looking for a job has become another job itself. And now today we are talking about twisting that person's mindset, that instead of you actually trekking every day trying to look for a job, you can as well create a job for yourself. How possible is it for a youth to create a job for himself or to create something to make him busy? Which possibilities and probably how? What steps do they have to take to make sure they make jobs for themselves?
Very good. That's a very good question. We are into a growing economy. Which growing economy, we are not only going to look for jobs. In this kind of economy right now that are growing, they are so much focused and centered on people who are creative in mind. Okay. People who can create something to do. There are very few jobs out there. There are very few jobs. Very many people I have at my place there who are having good qualifications, bachelors. Even I have somebody over masters. Okay. But they are there with us. But the whole thing is about you to look at the environment that you're living in and see where your capability is. Where is your capability? What can you do? What can you sell out to the people that they can buy and you can get some money out of it, and so on.
Now, when you look at our society, before even I talk about society, our education scheme, do you really think it is favoring the format of job creation? Because when you look at how we read books, about 6 books in primary, over 10 books in high school, and then again more 6 books in A-level, and then when you go to campus, depending on the course units actually that you have, do you think our education system as well supported? And if not, what do you think should be done in the education sector to make sure it will sharpen our brains to be job creators instead of job seekers?
Exactly. First of all, the previous curriculum was not favoring job creation totally.
Okay.
But I want to send my sincere appreciation to the government for the kind of curriculum that has been introduced right now. This curriculum is encouraging job creation.
Okay.
It's encouraging innovation.
Okay.
Because from senior 1, a child is taught how to weld from senior 1. So now it is actually vocational education has been introduced into secondary schools.
Okay.
Which is very good. But still, however much they have introduced vocational studies in secondary schools, what kind of perception are these children getting out of school having? What kind of information and advice and what kind of knowledge are they coming out with? Fine, vocational education has been introduced, but now we also need to focus on pushing them to see that they create something after vocational, after education. Because fine, my son can tell me that, you know, that I am now done with this. I can now do good carpentry and joinery. I don't want you to go and look for a job out there. I want you to come and show me from here that this is the skill that I've acquired from there.
Looking at still our syllabus or curriculum,
yes.
What are some of these possible jobs youth can create for themselves with now the influence of technology, social media? What are some of those jobs, simple jobs that you can advise anybody out there to start at the end of the day? Maybe if they have that skill, or some even don't have the skill, but they have that dream.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are very many jobs. There are very many jobs that youth can create. Let me tell you, anything you think about around you that you can earn money from is a job. Okay? Even if it is shoe mending. Then do it in a diversified way. Okay? I've been teaching very many young men that I don't need you to sit there. For example, in my district where I come from in Ngora, very many of them, the only source of income there is to go and dig for other people. At the end of the day, for local man down. At the end of the day, you go early morning at 6, you come back home at midday, you get only 3,000 shillings for digging. For us, we call it in our language, ekatala.
Wow, that is a tough one.
You get?
Okay.
Yeah. You go, dig from morning to midday, come back home with only 3,000 shillings. I have been advising such people. For example, now we have a ruggy paints. Why don't you come and ask and say, please, I want to learn how to paint. What does it involve? Like me, I have dedicated myself to see that I will teach. I will get those ones, touch their hands and say, please, willingly, come and learn how to paint. What does it take you to get a roller and you try? And I tell you, try, roll like this, roll like this. How long does it take? It takes very little time for you to know this. Very many of businessmen and educated people in my place there don't use painters from our place. They buy paint from Kampala and they go with the painters. Why don't you have painters locally in your place? Yeah, and I'm talking about innovation. Innovation. Yeah, because in most cases,
People have learned to make very many things. People now make bags, shoes, and lots of things. And there is a problem in that. Somebody feels bad, like how can I take my bachelor's in accounts to go and start maybe making bags, making crocs, making, you get? I want you maybe to change a mindset of this person who thinks, how can I take my gown to start making crafts?
Exactly. What you're saying is true. Very many of these people have focused on their papers. And that is the reason as to why very many of them are still unemployed at home, running to the streets, quarreling that there are no jobs, they are not creating jobs, the government is not providing jobs. It is not, this economy we are in right now is not all about government creating jobs. It is about you yourself.
Okay.
Innovating something. Move out there and see those people who are making bags. These people can make this bag. I know of many people who are doing crafts and bags. Who are degree holders, bachelors. Some of them were teachers and left teaching and went there because somebody knows at the end of the day, if I have made 50 bags and I have sold only 5 in a day, and each bag has been sold at 50,000, that is good money.
Yeah, that is true.
In a day.
And now,
how much do you make a week?
How about our brothers and sisters who are depending on talent? What would you love to talk about them?
Wow. Those ones depending on talent, I really encourage them also to continue up with their talents. Besides that, a few of us have also come in, stepped that side to see that there is a way we hold up these people. I have an example of very many boys, artists, who have been close to me that I had invited to be close to me, been telling them that, you know what, you will want me to give you 300,000 to go and record a song. But today, if you tell me that, please, I would want to come and learn this from you, come and I teach you what to do, that you can get money from to take to the studio.
Learn how to make money, not how to get money.
Not how?
Okay, okay. That's
I have others there. They are making money. When they get paid, they go to the studio and record the songs. Others are appreciating me in songs.
What are some of the problems these youths have actually faced in that when they fail to be job creators? What are some of the, like, how do they affect our community? Which impact do they create in our society, positively or negatively probably, but mostly negatively?
Negatively, you are seeing these ones who are kicking people in the streets.
Okay.
They are coming to kick people, box people in the streets and grab phones and bags. Sometimes they kill people, they leave you dead because somebody wants to grab your bag and your phone to go and sell and get money. Or pick money that is in your bag and go with it.
Okay.
He also wants to make sure that he gets survival.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
Sure.
But I have been encouraging such kind of youth. Very many of them that I have met where I've been moving everywhere, I've been gathering them, I tell them, do you know what? Do you know about anything do you know anything concerning paint? Do you know anything concerning security? I have brought very many of them from Ngora in my place. Brought, taught them, trained them, and they are good people. They are building houses. Even these girls that have not gone to school, but they could speak English, some of them could come to Kampala here, get made jobs and stranded there. Let me tell you, over 600 girls that we have taken abroad have constructed houses in Ngora.
Are you trying to say it's another way you encourage stranded youths to earn a living?
To earn a living.
Okay, now looking at our, because in Uganda we also live a political life.
Yes.
What would you love to talk about politicians? Because today I've seen politicians, when they go down there, instead of teaching these people, giving them knowledge, they go and cover their faces, their minds with money. Exactly. And after giving them money, they go back, okay, the ground loves me. How our politicians failed to make sure they help these youths, to sensitize them to become job creators instead of job seekers?
That is a very good question. I love it. Now, very many of the politicians have failed to understand, more so members of parliament, failed to understand that These people here are the ones who vote for you to go to parliament. But the people who are voting for you, fine, you're giving them 2,000, 3,000 to vote for you. But after 5 years is when you'll go back to give them that money again. You have forgotten that these people there are not working. These people there don't have any source of income. For example, me, I like referring to my district. My district, we don't have even one single SME company, small scale manufacturing company, even for soap. That is why it touched my heart. I went one time and talked to youth, told them that, please, you guys, wake up. Don't accept, even border borders in my place, for us we are still riding, they're still riding border borders for 500 shillings and 1,000 shillings.
So it is like our responsibility as the whole society to make sure we encourage these people.
I told these people that, please, do you know what, sober up. I made sure even border borders register an association where they can be able to access small motorcycle loans. And they ride and pay and survive. Politicians don't want to tell these people way forward of how they can survive and live. I am telling you, now, a raggy company, I said, okay, fine. Very many of my people are in Ngora. I am taking it to manufacture the paint in Ngora. I want these boys to learn how to paint. I want this paint to be manufactured in Ngora. So that it moves.
Just like they say, buy Uganda, build
buy
Uganda.
Uganda, build Uganda.
So
now, in buying Uganda and building Uganda, these things should be manufactured from there and be brought. Sources of income, even for the district itself, it is poor. Okay,
I would love you to give maybe your last remarks to a viewer that is watching a Uganda Catholic TV today. And probably in these last remarks, you never know, one or two might be touched and their life will change from today, or they may twist their mindset. And when it comes to waiting for calls from the offices, they've actually sent applications in.
Our dear viewers, as I conclude, it is very important for you to look at yourself and look at everything surrounding you. And from that, you think about how you will survive, how you will earn a living from the surrounding. It is not easy for you to walk out with your papers and come back home with a job.
That is true.
But it is easy for you to think about something, innovate something, create a bag, create a craft shoe, create a bangle, and tomorrow somebody is attracted to it and buys it and orders for more to be supplied.
Wow. So in case you're watching out there, this one is just from me. In case you are seated back there, and just regarding on what you just said, as well, if you're waiting for that call from that company that you sent your application, please, you can as well expand your brain and try to cook up something. Yes, and creativity, there is no school for creativity, but creativity starts with your passion. If you're passionate about doing something, and that is how it starts. And when you do something out of love, trust me, you will always do it to your best. And when you do it to your best, just like they say, they normally give credit where it is due. So maybe as I wind up, I just want you to send regards and maybe greetings to people, your fans, your friends, family out there as we are winding up.
Yeah, I want to send my regards to all the viewers, people watching me out there, people at Sun Security. Sun Security is a security company that provides security services, security, electronic surveillance, and all that.
Okay.
Jerusalem Recruitment Agency, that one has really supported a lot of my people in Ngora.
Okay.
Taken over 1,000 in Saudi Arabia and they have, and other countries, and they have built houses. And this is what I really want to see. Iragi Paints members who are there, thanks for watching, and then all the friends and family.
Okay, thank you so much. And in case you're watching Uganda Catholic Television, I want to say it big upon yourself. For those who are warming up to go to Namugongo, just know, be mindful about security. It starts with you, and let's be careful as we are there. Not everybody who is there is really a pilgrim. Some of them are pilgrims of theft, so you might go and come back crying and hate the place just because of these wrong people. So for now, allow me, I've been working with a big team, Chizito behind the camera. I'm a producer, Billy, Vicky, Stella. Shout out to you right there. Of course, tomorrow it's going to be Friday. We shall be doing lots of things